You if you don't get no money. And like you can get rich anywhere. You can get rich in any city, any town, any place.
Sometimes it's better to start over in a new town and place.
Nah, fuck that. You go, hell nah. Get rich. Don't even think about it like that. Yeah, just get rich. You know what I'm saying? If you're not getting rich, that means you're doing something. So check this out. If 80 to 90% of people ain't rich, just do the opposite of what they do. You get what I'm saying? If you know 50 niggas who ain't rich, just do the opposite of what they do.
He ain't never lied. It's on you if you ain't getting no money, especially here in America. Good morning. What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? How you doing? JQ, how are you? I'm great. I'm great, y'all. It's a good Friday today. I'm up and I'm at it. Yesterday was a long day for me, but it was a very successful day. Like y'all know, if y'all tuned in yesterday, I went to the gym. I ran a few errands. I cooked yesterday. I cleaned. And I've been trying something a little different. I've been trying to start me a little podcast um, elsewhere out here in social media. So I got onto that yesterday, and it was a great turnout last night. Kind of stayed a little longer than I had scheduled, but I most definitely went on ahead and got it done, and I'm so proud of myself. We are at the end of the week. Yes. And I'm back, y'all. I'm here 4 to 5 days a week. I'm so proud of myself. I am. I'm just so proud of myself. I'm proud of what I'm doing and who I'm becoming, and it's a feeling that I can't quite explain, but I'm very proud of myself for pushing and doing this. We have a long way to go. The goal, if you all been following me from the beginning, if you haven't, if you're new, I started this channel and I told myself within 5 months I was going to do 100 episodes. I think it's been over 5 months since I started this. And at first I was kind of disappointed in myself because usually when I set goals for myself, I meet them. But this was one goal that, fell behind because I moved. So I started the show in September. I started planning to move in October, and I actually moved in December. So from probably like around the end of November is when I started to try to really start moving and transitioning, and that's when the show kind of fell off. But we are back. We are back. And within the next 3 months, we will have those 100 episodes. Right now, we're on episode 59. So only 40 more to go. So in about 2 months, 3 months, we should be at the 100 episode mark, and we will see it. So without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into some of these topics we have today. Teyana Taylor and Iman. I did not want to touch on this because y'all are my faves, but here we go.
I walked away with all his properties. I walked away with all my properties. Iman walked away with a car that I bought him. That's clear. But let's also, we're not going to sit here and make it seem like Teyana's using Iman for anything. Like, at the end of the day, yes, Iman made his money, and so did I. I've been in this business since I was 15 years old. We're not going to act like my bank account is like, nah, we're not doing that. Him and his lawyer told the internet, oh, Teyana's making more money. Teyana's bringing more money a month in than Iman is. Just because Iman played ball don't mean that this is a thing where it's like I'm trying to take money off of him. Iman haven't played ball since 2020. Actively, during the divorce, I was bringing more money than him in. I am. So it's just like, how are we sitting here making it seem like I'm being a gold digger or taking from him? And We're not going to do that. We're getting a divorce. Not too much on my best friend. We're still doing this. We're still doing that. This is my buddy. This is my da 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 da. I've done nothing but try to protect us. So the fact that you are okay with the world thinking that I took you for everything that you had the world thinking that I tried to get you locked up, sitting here playing victim. Let me explain something to y'all about people. For people that's saying, oh, well, what would Iman get out of leaking these rumors that make him look bad? Some people are okay with looking bad just as long as you look worse. Okay? Y'all have to understand that. Y'all have to understand that. Before this divorce, during this divorce, and after this divorce, I protected that man with all I had in me. Before y'all even knew that we was ever getting a divorce, with all I had, I've been nothing but solid to that man. And all I asked for was for him to stand up for me. Stand up for me. You see what's happening. You see it's not true. If I didn't file that motion, then I would have had to continue to deal with this. I have 3 movies coming up and a TV show coming up in the same year. You think I want to keep dealing with, oh my God, new movie comes out. Here's another random rumor about a divorce that's a year old. Second movie come out. Here's another rumor. Third movie come out. Here's another rumor. And then it's always conveniently coming out when Iman has a new song or a new venture coming his way. I'm not here to talk about any of our personal business. I'm here to talk about exactly what is on the internet that is making me look like I'm some type of villain. So yes, of course, a person is willing to leak some shit that make them look like a victim. It's not cool. It's not. Well, all I had, I'm waiting for y'all to show me the proof where I said, put Iman in jail. I never, ever, ever said put Iman in jail. Never. Never. But what we're not going to do is act like I wasn't Teyana Taylor before I got with Iman Shumpert. Iman Shumpert was not even in the NBA when I was Teyana Taylor. What are we talking about? Let's be clear. What if I want to get my back blown out in peace? You think I got time to talk about a divorce that's a year old? That's a year old, y'all. Let's be for real. Let's be real. And I'm like just so irritated because I didn't want none of this to come out from the beginning. So when people saying, for everybody that's saying, oh, well, this y'all celebrities, this is what come with it. No, divorce stuff is private. It can absolutely stay private if you allow it to stay private. I'm waiting for y'all to show me the proof. I'm going to give you one even better. We went to mediation that he did not show up to. Mediation avoids you from going to court. Sorry, my phone's dying. Mediation is for you to figure it out before you even have to take it to court. I'm not negotiating nothing. I don't want to da-da-da-da, boom, 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 boom. Now we got to go to court. Cool. We'll go to court because we can't figure it out. He won't show up to mediation. I'm stuck paying for that. Bet. Cool, we got to go to court. My biggest mistake, but something that I don't regret, was giving him the amount of grace that I gave him, because it only backfired on me. It only backfired on me because I gave a man grace who didn't give it back.
That was a bit much, and I did not expect to dwell on that too long. Here's my thing on this. I did not want to comment on this, only because I love Teyana Taylor. Shout out to Teyana Taylor. You are a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful woman. I did not even want to comment on this. I really didn't. But it constantly keeps showing up in the media. And also 2 people have already asked me, what do I think about it? And I haven't responded. So this is what I think about it. I think that 2 things. One, the fans need to stop adding Teyana, digging up her marriage issues and bringing them to the blogs. That's how this started. The fans went digging. It was private. The fans went digging, and the fans found out they were getting divorced and put out all this information. Then once it got out, Emmett Shumpert was looking, and then we found out that he possibly cheated and all kind of stuff that they wanted to keep private. And people are like, no, you're a celebrity. You signed up for this. No, she did not. She signed up for y'all to be digging through her marriage. She didn't want this, even though he probably was in the wrong. Still, she did not want y'all in her business. She did not want to be the typical wife who's been cheated on, and now the whole internet is down her throat and on Iman's head. That's not what she wanted. She's clearly stated that she wanted peace between the two of them. So that's the first thing. The second thing, I feel like Teyana's addressing it because people are saying that she's trying to get him arrested, and they're creating this narrative that she's trying to run from. And then Iman fell right into the trap by allowing people to go out there and investigate. Not allowing them, but people went out there and investigated and brought back their and put all their marriage business online. And they created a narrative. Once they found out he cheated, they've been saying bad stuff about him. And when they start saying bad stuff about him, which Iman, I know you, since you're the person they're talking about, you see way more than I could ever see, or than everybody else could see. But it wasn't that bad. That's just me as somebody who's a part of social media and the comment sections and stuff like that. For the majority, people were really not on your head. It was bigger stuff that's going on right now, like Jay-Z, and the allegations, P. Diddy. It's so much other stuff, Trump. It's so much stuff other than going on that's bigger than you and Teyana's divorce that everybody was talking about. So Iman fell in the trap by like, oh no, they out here ruining my name. They out here ruining my name, and she's not saying anything. And I think to her, by her not clarifying anything, or she came to the internet and said, y'all stop talking about my best friend. Y'all leave my best friend alone. He hasn't done anything. That was her way of trying to protect him. Even though he possibly had done some wrong and done some stuff in their marriage that she didn't agree with, she still tried to protect him. And then he turns around and goes to the blogs, which she didn't say on here, but this clip is way longer than what we watched. It's really long. Teyana said that she has proof that he had been going to radio stations trying to create a narrative surrounding his name and his name only, not protecting her name. So she didn't want to believe it. She did not want to believe it, y'all. And she called him she said, she called him on some baby daddy stuff, like, hey, baby daddy, what's up? I'm getting a lot of information that you are paying these blogs money to spin a narrative about me, and I don't want to believe it because that's not who you are to me. So I'm coming and I'm bringing this to you. She said that Iman's response was, I thought it was you going to the blogs. And she's like, how is it me going to the blogs when I'm the one telling people to leave my best friend alone, leave him alone, allow him to live his life, allow him to grow, allow us to grow. We're going through a divorce, and could y'all all keep that private? So for her, she's like, wow, like all the times I protected you and not put our business out, he just allowed the fans to really, really get to him and try to clean his name up. And in a way, it's like he mad that Teyana didn't clean it up, because nobody's on Teyana's head. Everybody's on Emma's head, and what do they call? I don't know what the word is when somebody try to play victim. Is it narcissism? I don't know. But it's like Iman wanted to try to start playing victim. And now she has to come out and explain herself. That's why she said, I didn't even want to come out, because now I'm looking crazy. I hate that he even fell for the okie doke with the internet. Y'all, the internet will have y'all wrapped into a narrative that's not even true, aside from the reality of what's going on. There's a whole reality between those two that we do not get to see. And that reality is being distorted by social media. And it's the truth. And it's only being distorted because one of the parties is dwelling in the comment section, which is Iman. He's dwelling in the comment section. Here's reality, and here's the comment section where he's dwelling. And Teyana's here trying to pull him up. And he's pulling her down. I watched example the other day. This man was talking to this teenage girl therapist, I think, and he was showing her example. Like he made her stand up, and he asked her to stand up in a chair and pull him up, and she couldn't. And then he pulled her down, and she came right on down. He said it's easier for somebody to pull you down than for you to try to pull someone up. So that's what I'm seeing here. Teyana's trying to say, no, don't listen to the fans. We are here. We are divorced. We are okay. They're going to create their own narratives. But we cannot believe it and get sucked into that because we already know reality. I don't think he's believing the narratives. He's just mad that the narrative is being spent and trying to pay the radio stations and stuff to spin a whole nother narrative. I wish that she didn't have to do this. I support Teyana. And I support that she wanted to keep her marriage private. I really, 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 really did. There's so many people out here that have to put their business out. People that don't, that keep it private. Beyonce, Lotto, Teyana. We never hear nothing about, what's going on in their private relationships. And we're not supposed to. So I hate that this is even happening, that she has to even come out and defend herself so that she won't look like she's trying to lock him up. That's why I say it's kind of like he's making himself the victim now. In this whole entire narrative, that's not true. And she's like, I'm looking damn crazy. When I'm not crazy, I'm out here protecting you. I'm not saying all these things that I should have said before. Like she said, I don't think I feel bad about is giving you grace. Because now I'm looking crazy by giving you grace. So shout out to you, Teyana Taylor, and I hope that this situation between you and your ex-husband dies down. You have business going on, and you have things you're trying to move on from. People in the comment sections need to chill out and allow two married people, two people who were married to go through that. But really, we can't stop the people in the comment section. They're going to do what the fuck they want. It's really the two people living in reality. One of them cannot get down, come from reality and go jump down in the comment sections. All right, we're going to be moving right along. D.L. Hughley says Trump uses black people like Fabuloso to clean up his mess. When he's defunding cancer research for kids, he calls a black kid to come out who has cancer.
I think that obviously we're not a monolith, but I will say this. I remember when Donald Trump was on stage saying in Detroit, I believe it was, and he said any black person that doesn't support me needs their head examined. But he was on stage with Tommy Hearns and Antonio Brown, two black people that definitely need their head examined. So I think there is something to the fact that I think that black people in the MAGA movement are like, with Donald Trump rolls them out, like if he's gonna, if he got convicted 34 felonies, Stephen A. Smith will say, well, that's why black people can relate to him. Or when he's getting ready to dismantle Black history, he'll call Marcellus Wiley out to come to a Black history celebration. Or when he's defunding cancer research for kids, he'll call a black kid out who has cancer. So he uses, Donald Trump uses black people like most people use Fabuloso to clean the smell up.
Well, look, but believe me, this is not my defense of Donald Trump. I have lots of issues, but it's not exclusive to black people. I mean, gay people. There are gay people.
No,
a lot of them who support Donald Trump, and gay marriage is on the chopping block.
But look at what they all have in common. They all have this in common. They are willing to do the most onerous things to the people who are like them. They're all willing to do all those things, and they know that they're going to be tokenized. They know that they're going to be. A lot of times, you can tell what they feel by what they can't say. They never speak out an objection to anything.
He said, Donald Trump, It's like Fabuloso. It's just there to cover up the smell. But the shit's still there. He said that. He said Donald Trump uses black people like Fabuloso, which means he used black people to cover up the smell. But the shit is still there. I see what he's trying to say, y'all. So hear me out. He's saying like Trump getting rid of Black History Month, getting rid of Black Lives Matter, right? That's the shit, right? But to cover up the smell, Fabuloso, he brings in a little boy, black, with cancer, who was bullied, right? So here's the shit. It's still stained. He's taken away Black History Month. He's taken away Juneteenth. He's taken away Black Lives Matter. And to cover up the smell, Fabuloso, he goes and get a little boy who's black, just so people can say, Donald Trump is not a racist. If he was racist, he wouldn't have brought this little black kid who was bullied to the White House. That's the Fabuloso. That's the stuff that everybody's sniffing. They sniffing but he brought this black boy to the White House and made him a part of the Secret Service. If he was racist, he wouldn't have done that. I understand what D.L. Hughley is trying to say. Y'all need to wake up and smell the shit and stop smelling the Fabuloso. The shit is still there. Like once Fabuloso's gone, that little boy, yes, once that little boy is gone or moved out the way or forgotten about or not talked about no more, guess what's still sitting there? The shit. The shit. The shit is still there. So I understand what D.L. Hughley trying to say. Right along. Stop smelling the Fabuloso. Cause shit ain't sweet around here. The shit still stank. Multiple Tesla vehicles set on fire at the Las Vegas Service Center using Molotov cocktails and a firearm. Suspect spray painted resist on the building. Elon Musk says it's terrorism.
3-4 คันใหม่จุดเดี๋ยวจะเพิ่งมาละนี่
Y'all see how they using these words, these big words. Terrorism. This is what I got to say to this. The left needs to calm down. They're trying to make it seem like they're not the ones who are mentally ill. The left is the ones who's mentally ill. That's what they're trying to make it seem like. Like I told y'all once before, a lot of things that they're doing is not even law yet. They're just implementing and saying that these things should be going into effect, but a judge has to pass off on a lot of these things. So a lot of people around here mad because he even implemented or even said anything or said that he want these things to happen, Trump. And Elon is supporting it. So people are mad and angry and protesting and burning up all these cyber trucks at the charging stations. I've been watching something on Twitter about this, and they're trying to make it seem like the left is going mad. Left, y'all, calm down. Calm down. This is what they want. They want y'all to be going mad. They're going to try to call martial law. If the president ever calls martial law, he controls the country. Come on, calm down. There's no need to go out here and be cussing people out. There's no need to be running out here burning up people's cars. This is what they talking about. And then people be like, but they're racist and that. To them, in each culture, there's some racism. But they're more positive that outweighs the racism. To them. And this is just me sitting back doing some research, looking from the outside in. Because like I told y'all once before, I got into politics because I was interested to see what was going on around here. But in all honesty, I'm not for either side, for real, for real. I'm really not for either side. But I love watching it, and I love seeing what's going on. But to me, both sides have done wrong. Both sides. Both sides have done wrong against me as an American. I'm just saying. Yes. Both. So I was taught to just be blue. So I've always supported blue and been on blue side. But then when I got into politics, that's when I started getting into, okay, what the other side is about. Then I got into see what they talking about. And then I'm like, oh, okay. Well, hell, let me go see what my party doing. Since I'm just out here for blue, that's when I do my research on my party. And I see, well, dang, both of y'all. And so I began to step back, y'all. I stepped back, and I wasn't pro either. I'm just, what they call somebody who's observed. I'm just observing. And from what I observed, they trying to make it seem like the Democrat Party is crazy. They mentally ill. Yes, running out here burning up cars. Starting government agencies that perform transgender surgeries on rats. Yes, allowing children to transition at the age of 14, 15 or whatever, and they don't have to consult with the parent. Allowing people who are dead still give out Social Security money to people who are dead. They've been dead over 40, 50 years. They still receiving a SSI check. So they like, well, dang, y'all cool with all this stuff? Yes, you're trying to take away this and you're trying to take away that. And they're like, we're just pointing out the facts here. When the blue side said, no, y'all are not just pointing out the facts. Y'all are scheming. Y'all scheming. Yes, y'all are pointing things out, but y'all are using that to scheme. When that's not the bigger problem. The bigger problem is, where is our lower gas prices? Where are the lower groceries? With Trump, people keep saying he promised groceries. I did hear that once or twice. But when it came time for him to be put in office, he said, well, it's going to be kind of hard to lower it once it done got high. That's what he said. We have bigger fish to fry than them to be just sitting over there digging through government files trying to figure out where this went to and where that went to. When Trump, you just went on a vacation that cost American peoples millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. Just for 3 days. Just for 3 days. So American people, y'all got to get a hold on your tempers. They trying to make it seem like y'all are crazy and delusional. This is what I was telling y'all the other day when Senator Schumer did not support the government being shut down. They wanted y'all to shut their government down so the Democrats can act a fool. And they were going to, since the government shut down, the only person that can make a decision is through an executive, which comes from the top, which is Trump. Because if the government shut down, we have no courts, nobody's getting paid, da 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 da. So when y'all start acting the fool, why the government was shut down? They're crazy. They're mentally insane. They don't want to follow the law. They want to keep fighting and using government money. That's what they're trying to make it seem like. And y'all can't get them what they want. You can't.
Me wrong. Convince me that Black Lives Matter is about doing good and instead of creating racial divide. Now, I'm going to answer that question.
Okay.
I hated Black Lives Matter. Couldn't stand them. Vocal critic of them. Because all lives matter. My lives matter. Why does somebody else's life matter more than me? And so every mistake, every trip up, everything in the news, I was like, I told you. And I would stand 10 toes down on that. And it's why amazing I'm having this conversation with you. And so I had a coworker one day. I was arguing against Black Lives Matter and why it needs to even exist. And he looked at me and goes, let me ask you something. Let's say you have 4 adopted daughters. And I'm like, okay, because I don't have kids that I know of. He said, so you have these 4 beautiful daughters. You have an Hispanic, an Asian, a white, and a black daughter. And your little black daughter comes up to you and says, Daddy, do you love me? He goes, what do you say? Well, of course I love you. He goes, wait a second. You don't mean to say, you don't tell him I love all my daughters. And I'm like, no, I tell her I love her. He's like, why aren't you telling her I love all my daughters? And I kind of looked and it dawned on me. And he goes, that little girl in that moment is hurting. Whatever it is, she's hurting. And she needs the love of her community around her. You know, you're a dad. He goes, how do you respond to that moment? He goes, there's a community in America that's hurting. Yeah. Whether you want to agree with it, whether you want to see it or understand it, they're hurting and they're crying out. And now they're acting, they're rebelling because we're not listening. Yeah. He goes, so do you beat your daughter? Or do you love on your daughter? And I'm like, he goes, because it's not your birth daughter, right? It's adopted. Different community, right? Yeah. And it just hit me. And I'm like, oh, I'm the asshole.
He said, and it hit him. He's the asshole. Abso-fucking-lutely. That was a great example of... There was a great example of some type of accountability. Now, I didn't watch this whole segment. I didn't watch it. But just the accountability. Somebody saying that there's a bigger picture that people need to be paying attention to out here. Abso-freaking-lutely. There's a bigger picture that people should be paying attention to out here. A very bigger picture. And I'm glad that he shared that. It lets me know that there are other races out there, white particularly, that see it. They may not always say something, but they see it too. And whoever the black man was who told him this story, you were right to let them know. Because they know what's going on. They just choose not to talk about it or address the problem in the room.
I ain't for the outside. And I know it. And the reason why I know it is because I'm not going for what everybody else is going for. I'm just not gonna do that. Dog, like, all of y'all is dating the same dude. Like, y'all is sharing the same dude. Like, it's giving Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Like, what's the name of the day that you got him? And then when you get him, you got to sign an NDA. So nobody know you dating the same dude. Dog, signing an NDA to date a regular person is crazy. And then it's like, I'm not finna, like, my time is precious. So it's given, like, is my time not precious enough for you one-on-one? Y'all don't want to date one-on-one. Y'all want to date 30 people, everybody on your roster at the same time. Like, what is we supposed to go on a trip and then you come back home and take somebody to dinner? What that look like? Or you buy 4 Birkins in different colors and everybody get a Birkin? I don't know, I'm different, like, because I am a wife. I'm not a girlfriend. You're not finna introduce me. Hey, this is Tamar. This is my girlfriend, Tamar. No, you my friend. You my friend, dog. Like, what is you talking about, Willis? So, they just not for me, because I'm not going along with y'all rules. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna do that. I'm a one-woman man, and I ain't sharing my man with the streets. Although I'm on prep, and I would tell everybody to get on prep because prepare yourself for the streets.
Shout out to Tamar. She said she's a wife. She's not a girlfriend. You would never be like, this is my girlfriend, Tamar. No, this is my wife. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Even though I thought she was JR's girlfriend. Her last guy she dated, he was a white man. And I thought that was his girlfriend. But I remember a time ago, Tamar said that she was his wife. But she's never touched on it again. But I do remember her one time saying that she was his wife. Or maybe she wanted to feel like she was his wife so that she didn't feel like she was just screwing another man. I don't know. I don't know. But back to what I was saying. She's out here in Atlanta. And in Atlanta, she's beginning to see like a lot of the whole stuff that go on around here. A lot of the sharing that goes around here. Even the laziness, she's commenting on that. She said, get me up out of here. The South is too lazy. She's seeing a lot of stuff that she don't agree with, including this sharing men type stuff. So I gave her a hand clap for addressing it. And number 2, for protecting herself. Getting on prep. Somebody said, so condoms don't work nowadays? I'm like, condoms not 100%. PrEP is more effective than a condom. So if anything slipped up doing oral sex or anything, any little slip ups, you got PrEP on behind that. You use the condom, but you got PrEP behind that just in case anything thought it was going to slip through, any smaller bacteria thought it was going to slip through. You caught that hoe. You caught that shit. Because they slick out here. They be slipping condoms off, sticking in the back of the side of you don't even know. They be doing all kind of slick stuff out here. So I'm with her for protecting herself. I'm with protecting yourself because you cannot trust these men. They lie. And they signed the NDA. Like she said, you signed the NDA with somebody else, so you can't talk about it. And then I make you sign the NDA, and you can't talk about it. But really, you're in a relationship with somebody else and with me. And since you can't talk about it, we don't know about it until it hit the blogs. And she's not with that. She's not with that. She's a wife. So I agree with Tamar and protect yourself. My mama told me a long time ago, look at everybody like they got some. It's up to you to look out for you. So shout out to her for looking out for her. All right, y'all. We've come to the end of the show. I would like to thank each and every last one of you all for tuning in today. Everything that you heard here today are allegations brought to you through the media for observation, deep conversation, laughs, giggles, and opinion. If you haven't already, follow me on all social media platforms. IG is at the.jq.show. TikTok is at the.jq.show. And Facebook is at Jaquavius Martin. Thank you all for tuning in today, and I will see you all on Monday. Later.